Loftus and captured Gorey. But they failed to take Arklow, where they were badly beaten. Meanwhile, Harvey's force of 10,000 men, armed mostly with pikes, were also defeated in fierce street fighting in New Ross in the bloodiest battle of the rebellion. During it, Lord Mountjoy, a leader of the king's forces, was killed. The battle was followed by an orgy of atrocities by the victors that shocked even their own commanders. More than 3,000 rebels were killed during and after the battle. Bagnall Harvey now resigned as Commander-in-Chief and was replaced by Father Philip Roach, who, unwisely, told Father Murphy to retreat to a central camp at Vinegar Hill outside Enniscorthy. With reinforcements rushed from England and including German mercenaries, General Lake, commander of the British force, launched a fierce attack on the rebels here. His 20,000 soldiers, supported by artillery, defeated the poorly armed rebels in this last big battle of the Rising at Vinegar Hill on the 21st of June 1798. About 500 rebels, among them Father Murphy's brothers, Pat, were killed. Lake captured and shot every wounded rebel captured. The Enniscorthy courthouse, used as a hospital, was burnt down with its 80 wounded rebels. Still expecting help from France, Father John Murphy and about 3,000 men who escaped next set off on a long march to the Midlands, where they hoped to find large numbers of rebels to join them. Marching 80 miles in 3 days in the hottest summer of the century, on the 24th of June they captured Castlecomer, County Kilkenny, though at a loss of 100 men. But apart from a few miners who joined and later deserted them, there were no rebels to help them. We have lost. We will go home to Wexford and meet our fate. On the way back, he and a companion, James Gallagher, were separated from the main group in dense fog. The last journey of Father John Murphy through County Carlow began with the aftermath of the Battle of Kilcumney, which took place on June the 26th, 1798. The hill of Kilcumney near Gore's Bridge is situated on the County Carlow side of the boundary. It was here that the rebels, surrounded by a large party of military and yeomanry who were under the command of Sir Charles Asgill, the rebels had to make their retreat through the Scholar Gap, and the resulting slaughter in the skirmish was considerable. Asgill reported that he had killed Father John Murphy and approximately 1,000 of the rebels. However, his claims were not accurate. Father Murphy had actually left the party of insurgents together with his bodyguard and companion, James Gallagher, and had set off in a... Their first stopping point was in the townsland of Kilcumney, at the house of the O'Connell family. There they remained for at least one night. They made their way to the home of a Protestant family called Griffiths, who resided at a place known as Rose Delic. They may have called to the O'Connell household family once again. The route then turned northwards before the men rested again, and tradition recounts that it was Michael that Father Murphy celebrated his last Mass. They were accommodated by the Jordan family at Coulsonota in that parish. The house of Jacob Nolan was their next stopping point, and now they had reached Kilcumney, and afterwards they moved nearer to Tullow by lodging at the Keoghs of Tobberbreed. The Protestant family of Keppel at Ballyveal was their next stopping place before moving to the townsland of Castlemore, where they finally were discovered by a party of yeomanry on the morning of July the 2nd, 1798. Father John Murphy and James Gallagher were tried before a military court. The officers presiding at this trial were General Sir James Duff, Colonel Foster, his aide-de-camp Lord Bowden, Colonel Piggott, Colonel Eden, Major Hall, and Captain McClintock. The execution which followed was particularly brutal and tragic, with Father Murphy's head spiked on a railing and his body burned in a barrel of pitch. His body was later reinterred in Ferns, and his head was removed to the cemetery in the Mullawn in Tullow, County Carlow.